Okay, now we're going to graph, and it's not in standard form, so we're going to have to complete the square. Our first step was usually to move the constant over, but it's already over to the other side, so we're going to leave it alone. I am going to have to put my x squareds with my x, so I'm going to move that around. I'm not going to change the sign, and I'm just going to take the sign with the number. Alright, so now I see my x squareds with my x. I have a common factor of 25, so I have a leading coefficient I got to factor out. So let me factor that out. X squared, 100 divided by 25 is 4. I got to figure out my special number, so I'm going to leave that there. I got minus 16 that I have to factor out. That's my leading coefficient, so I'm going to have y squared. That's going to give me minus 6y. I have to figure out my special number, and I got it equal to 444. All right, so now I'm going to figure out my special number. I take 4 divided by 2, so that's 2, and then I square it. I'm going to get 4 here. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Sorry, my camera almost fell. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9, so that's going here. Now I have to cancel out my special number. So 25 times 4 is 100, so I'm going to add 100 over here. Negative 16 times 9 is, was that negative 144. So I'm going to add all these together, and I'm going to end up having it equal to 400. And now I'm going to write these as perfect squares. So let me start over here with the 25. 25 is going to be x plus 2 quantities squared. Let's see, this one's going to be y minus 3 quantities squared. Perfect. Now we have to always equal a hyperbola to 1, so I'm going to divide through 400. Remember, you're just dividing it into the coefficient that you factored out. So 25 over 400 is going to reduce to 1/16. So remember, we don't need the 1. We're just going to put the 16 in the denominator. 16 over 400 reduces to 1/25. We don't need the 1 in the numerator. We're just going to leave the 25 in the denominator, and we got it equal to 1. So there's my standard form. Now I'm going to graph. Center is negative 2, positive 3. X is first, so I know it opens left and right. It's horizontal. All right, so now a is the square root of the first denominator, so a is 4. B is the square root of the second denominator, so b is 5. C is the square root of 25 plus 16, so that's the square root of 36, which is 6. My asymptotes, always the square root of y's denominator over the square root of x's denominator. So y's denominator was 5, x's denominator is 4, and plus or minus. So this is what we're going to use to graph our asymptotes. Okay, so let's start with the center. Negative 2, positive 3. Let's put a C for center. A is 4. This is opening left and right, so let me draw in my major axis, which is my transverse axis. So now I know that it's going to be 4 units from the center for my vertice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, my foci is 6 units. Let me just go 2 more to get to my foci. Ooh, I'm off right here. I'm right over my 4, 4, 4. So you can see that. All right, now I have to draw in my asymptotes. So from the center, I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 4. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 4. Is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. I'm going to use my handy dandy ID. Here's my positive asymptote. Now I have to go negative 5 fourths. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to do that again. All right, so that is my other asymptote. Now we can sketch in our hyperbola. Again, you're going from the vertice and you're curving over towards the asymptote. Again, this is just a sketch. We don't have to be 100% accurate. And there is our hyperbola. We could check it on the graphing calculator if you like. Go ahead and do that.